What's up, everybody? Back for episode 8. This week, Big Daddy Kane. It's a Big Daddy thing. Yeah. Taking a break from head nod music this week. As most of you have seen, I put out a different video than I normally do. Decided to go with a Big Daddy Kane instrumental from his second album. This is 1989. Came out on Warner Brothers and Cold Chillin' Records. This is considered arguably his best album. In my opinion, I would go with Looks Like a Job 4. That's my favorite personal album by his. But all of them are good. His first album, Long Live the Kane, came out a year or two before this, either in 87 or 88. This is 89. Then next he had Taste of Chocolate, which is really dope also. Prince of Darkness, which is even more dope. Arguably my favorite. Then Daddy's Home, got some bangers on here also. And then his 7th album, Veterans Day, is very dangerous. This is some of his most lethal rhymes on here. Some of the dopest beats too, and very consistent. 7 for 7 in my opinion, just like Rakim. I thought I had vinyl by him. I have 2 vinyl by him. The Prince of Darkness I have, but it doesn't have the artwork. And I also have Taste of Chocolate on vinyl, but that doesn't have the artwork either. I thought I had his first album, Long Live the Kane, but it turns out I only have that on CD and t-shirt. But yeah, back to his second album here. It's a Big Daddy thing. I chose to use the beat Young, Gifted, and Black. One of my favorite beats produced by Marley Marl. Marley Marl is to my left here. This is a compilation album, very famous with him and the Juice Crew. Had some of the first features from Kool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Tragedy Gaddafi, and Craig G, MC Shan, and Master Ace, Roxanne Shante, and I'm probably missing a couple more, Biz Markie. So the Juice Crew is considered one of the illest hip-hop collectives of all time. That's the first compilation project produced by Marley Marl. Marley Marl also produced Big Daddy Kane's first album in its entirety. He produced the Intelligent Hoodlum album, a lot of those beats with Tragedy Gaddafi, produced a lot for Master Ace, and Kool G Rap on his first album too. This second album though, Big Daddy Kane actually took a lot of the production responsibilities upon himself. He actually ended up producing 8 beats on here. Big Daddy Kane, not just one of the greatest MCs of all time, but also a very dope producer. Maybe one of the dopest producers of all time. I have to look and see what other beats he's made on his discography, because he made 8 beats on here, and I really like a lot of his production. Prince Paul also did 2 beats on here. Prince Paul produced for the Gravediggers' first album, 6 Feet Deep. He produced for De La Soul. He produced for Stetsasonic back in the day. He's one of the greatest producers of all time also. He also produced Souls of Mischief album also. But he did 2 beats on here, including the intro. Let's just go ahead and get into that real quick. This is the first track on here called It's a Big Daddy Thing. This is the title track. So yeah, Prince Paul on the beat. This is... great for a perfect day like today. Fast pace, super lyrical. Okay, so he's like one of the most lyrical MCs of all time. His style is ridiculous. And I put Grandmaster S.U.G.A.R's vinyl up because I didn't have any artwork vinyl by Big Daddy Kane, unless I got to check again, because I thought we had his first album on vinyl with the artwork, but I guess we don't. But this is Grandmaster S.U.G.A.R, the grandest of them all. I think he has one of the most similar styles to Big Daddy Kane, and definitely was a huge influence on Big Daddy Kane. So I put him up with Marley Marl, because Marley Marl did a lot of production for Big Daddy Kane, kind of put him on in the Juice Crew and all that. So this next track we're going to get into, so besides Prince Paul and Big Daddy Kane on the beats, we got Easy Mo B making some of his first appearances ever as a producer. And for those who don't know Easy Mo B, he did a majority of Biggie Smalls' first album, Ready to Die. He did Gimme the Loot, Gimme the Loot. He did Party and Bullshit. He did a lot of amazing beats that you probably love, but you didn't really realize that it was Easy Mo B that was producing them. Who I met once, I met twice actually. Awesome guy on and off the stage, and ended up talking about the Das Effects album, Hold It Down. He produced a lot of beats on there, one of my favorites. I ended up bringing that up because he was giving us gems about working with Raz Kaz on the Raz Assassination album. He has 2 beats. So Easy Mo B is one of my personal favorites. He actually gave me props on my Hip Hop Heaven video, which I showed him, produced by Teddy Roxman. He thought that was a dope video and concept. But yeah, shout out to Easy Mo B. He did the second track. He produced 2 beats on here as well. The second track is called Another Victory. Easy Mo B on the beat, Big Daddy Kane on the rhyme. Can't go wrong with that.
Here comes the conqueror brother that varies and never ceases. Violators pick up the pieces that are left behind, and you're left to find the fury of the 5 fingers of death. A mind flipping on a microphone, reciting a poem, giving competition of Big Daddy syndrome. Some step.
All right, third track, Mortal Kombat. This is produced by Big Daddy Kane himself. This shit's hard to sit down and listen to. I kind of want to stand up and do some funky shit that I probably would be embarrassed of normally. But I don't really care what anyone thinks when this shit's playing. Check out Big Daddy Kane on production and on the mic. Here we go. Man, I love that. All right, Children Are the Future is the next track. This is more of a conceptual track about children being the future. Slower tempo. Then the 5th track is the one I used, Young, Gifted, and Black. This beat's crazy. And I just slapped you. Oh, free bass. Yo, come on. Who's got more flavor than that? That's crazy. Young, Gifted, and Black. I used that beat because I love it. And I also heard a backstory. Big Daddy Kane was in the studio with Marley Marl, found that sample, I believe, tucked it at the bottom of the pile or put it in a hidden place, and kept it for his second album. And he said he found that around the time he did his first album. And I think MC Shan took a beat that he was supposed to use, so he ended up taking one of the beats that Shan was supposed to use and took that Marley sample and used it for his second album. I'm glad he did. This is one of my favorite songs. I've seen him do it live twice. Really awesome. Love that beat. And as far as the concept for the song, that was by Alan Action. He's been giving me a lot of opportunities to perform, and he gave me the concept for the acronym S.U.G.A.R, being sexuality, understanding, generosity, attraction, and reciprocity. That's kind of the concept of the song. So it's not written from a first-person perspective. That's why I kind of like called attention to the fact that I tend to, go for older girls as opposed to being an older guy going for younger girls. But that was a song that, I didn't know how to approach it, but I took a Big Daddy Kane beat because it was kind of about being a sugar daddy, so I took a Big Daddy beat and I flipped that, had fun with the video. People asking me, did I get paid to do that? Am I conforming? No, I did that for fun. I didn't get paid to do it. I edited it myself just like all my other videos, used a beat from an album I love just like all my other videos I've been doing. Just figure I'd throw this one in the mix. Okay, so the next track is track 6. I haven't skipped any tracks yet because I love all these so far. Smooth Operator, classic. Produced by Big Daddy Kane also.
Well, excuse me, take a few minutes to mellow out. Big Daddy Kane is on the mic and I'ma tell about a minimal length of line, strength, and power. So listen to the man of the hour. Flow Sing low, swing low, then yo.
You know what I'm saying? Something very smooth, man. I used to listen to that with my grandma in the car when I was driving her as her caretaker. I'd put Big Daddy Kane on with her a lot. This album was on a lot. And she got down with it. You know what I mean? This is for everybody and anybody. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane's for everybody and anybody. You know what I'm saying? He don't start beef, he squashes it. He's a peacemaker in his own way. He gets down with the ladies as much as the guys, gets respect from everybody. I really like the balance he has in his music. He's able to be himself 100% and be original. The next track, called Mr. Welfare,
Just don't pay taxes. So what's it do? Oh yeah, the featured mouse.
featuring DJ Red Alert.
What? Mr. Welfare? Man, they playing high post and low income. Check this out. When y'all go around to the corner, y'all gonna check out another episode go like so like this.
Hey, if you think that's up, bust this. Another little story is I reminisce about an old friend of mine.
Easy Mo B on the beat.
Out of order, making money like water.
Illegal?
Yeah, sorta.
All right, still not skipping any. The 8th track, Wrath of Kane. This was put on the album on CD version. It's not on the vinyl version. This is a live track because he recorded it. I don't think the recorded version was ever released. This is him performing it live at the Apollo Theater. I'm not sure why the official song wasn't put on the album. Maybe because it was already released beforehand or something like that. But this is the live version, Wrath of Kane. This one is Stink Facer for sure.
He has arrived.
Can I see the police side of the air? You know what this is? The rap of Kane. Take over your department. Destroy negativity and suckers that come with the weak, the rap, the worst, the poor. I clap fast, and tip more. Blow the scenery. I raise the people see. You niggas say yes, so lean on me. I play on rappers like a haunted ghost. It's throwing out like a watered roach. I slay my play and take the cake. I'm Norway and Norway to Norway. Cause I don't play. Attacking like a psychopath. Breaking rappers in half. So deal with rap.
That was Marley Marl on the beat too. Marley Marl did 3 beats on here, 3 for 3 in my opinion. Some of my favorite tracks on here. Teddy Riley did a beat. I'm not gonna play that track. Mr. C did a beat also on here and doing cuts. It's kind of like a disco sounding track. And like I said, Big Daddy Kane did the other 8, which is crazy. The next track I have is Pimpin' Ain't Easy. This is a known song for most people.
Anything goes when it comes to hoes. They go pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Come on, pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Oh, pimpin' ain't easy.
Woo.
Oh, pimpin' ain't easy.
Produced by Big Daddy Kane, featuring Nice and Smooth, and Scoob Love, and Ant Live.
7, 8, 9, 10. Then you got 11, 12, 13. Start to 8, 14, 15, 16. The pubic straight. Like an apple, like a cherry, like a peach, like a plum. Let me get off this virgin before I come. Pick up my pants and thump and thump. I think I'll call up Juicy. She'll give me some. Watch out, I'm dripping live scum. I said, damn, I love the way I make my box and roll up.
Man, Nice and Smooth are always dope. I love those guys. They got great albums themselves, and they're always great on features, especially when you're on track with Big Daddy Kane. And that beat was produced by Big Daddy Kane also. Maybe I said that, but man, he destroyed that beat. And Scoob Lover and Ant Live are featured on that track. And they're also featured on a track called On the Move. Scoob Lover and Scrap Lover are featured on that. Those are Big Daddy Kane's like dancers, and sometimes they have vocals on a couple tracks, but they're pretty well known for Big Daddy Kane fans. Big part of his act when I seen him live, you know what I'm saying? Like he has the dancers and he's dancing with them, and it's like choreographed partially, but it's so smooth and seamless, it's ridiculous. Great live show, very entertaining. His breath control and enunciation on the mic as a 50-plus-year-old man is incredible. As you saw with the verses with KRS-One, man, he was destroying that. And the next track, Warm It Up Kane, is one of my favorites. This is the 16th track. There's 17 songs on this album. There's 15 on the vinyl. The vinyl doesn't have the Wrath of Kane live version or the last song, Rap Summary, Lean On Me, which I'll get into next. But the second to last song, Warm It Up Kane, is produced by Big Daddy Kane also. Check this out. You know, clearly head nod music, faster paced head nod music. Makes me want to get up and dance a little bit. Makes me want to get funky. I'm the original Asiatic acrobatic. Now get dramatic. the scene. Not packing men clean, like Bruce Springsteen. And I'm still calm and humble.
You need another helping hand to swing on. I stand alone, but still you gotta bring on your Batman and Robin, Cagney and Lacey. Starsky and Hutch, but they still can't face me. And if I make this one thing here clear, that's for you not to come near. Period. For I ain't bugging on delirious. My swift tongue's like a sword, that's how severe it is. And I can slice and dice a bitch and Rice MC.
Man, I don't want to turn that off. It's so freaking good, okay? But Warm It Up Kane, produced by Big Daddy Kane. Classic record. The last song on the album is Rap Summary, Lean On Me. It has the Lean On Me sample, which a lot of you probably are familiar with. Marley Marl produced this. The third track he did. So there's like 2 or 3 tracks with more of a conceptual feel to it. The rest is pretty funky and fly and just mad skills on the mic.
Better lunch. Put the students in class where they should be. To stop roaming the halls and oh could we please eliminate the drug situation. Stop smoking and get an education. Blank blank, which changed the whole scenery. You need help? Well hey, lean on me.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to uplift his community. He always has at least one track with a really positive message on his albums, if not more than that. He draws that fine line of being like a player, but he respects women at the same time. I think he does everything with class. He's one of the first ladies men of hip hop, and he does it well. He's never been duplicated or topped. Big Daddy Kane, one of the greatest of all time. It's a Big Daddy thing, his second album. Be sure to check out, in my opinion, looks like a job for. That's my shit right there. That's my favorite. This thing bumps. Also Veterans Day, man. I find myself listening to Veterans Day a lot. Really dope. And man, there's some tracks on here that will just never ever get old. I'll listen to as a grandfather. Same with these also. Daddy's Home got some Easy Mo B bangers as well. Prince of Darkness and Taste of Chocolate. 7 for 7, can't go wrong. If you're chilling with your girl, want to listen to something smoother, Big Daddy's got you. Or if you're just trying to, you know, brush some dirt off your shoulder or something, walk with a little bit more of a swag to it, I'd throw some Big Daddy Kane. I would listen to everything he's ever did. He's my number 4 of all time. I got KRS-One, Rakim, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane. Sometimes I put Grandmaster Caz as number 1, so that would make Big Daddy Kane number 5. But yeah, he's in my top 5, Big Daddy Kane. And that's probably not going to change. Until next time, the homage continues. This is episode 8, Big Daddy Kane. S.U.G.A.R video out now. Let me know what you think, you know what I'm saying? But next week I'm coming with another Head Nod music track. We're going to keep the program moving. Shout out to Alan Action, all the New York City models, Marley Marl on the beat, Big Daddy Kane, the whole Juice crew, Grandmaster Caz, Marley Marl. Until next time, the homage continues. Peace.